I'm not currently a member of a congregation, but I used previously to belong to a congregation which had some very small pieces of social action. One of which was collecting toiletries for a local homeless organisation. And they also collected small change for Send a Child to Hucklow. I think social action is a very important part of Unitarianism because it is part of our heritage and it is also part of our message. If we say that we value everyone and that we respect diversity and so on, and that we believe in living our lives according to our faith, which we thought about and reasoned about, then it is very clear that there are many people who are not as privileged and as well off as we are. And therefore, we have to consider those other people. Now, though it is fairly clear that you can't do everything for everyone, there have to be things that engage you, perhaps in your local community, perhaps in your country, perhaps in your workplace, where you can see that perhaps something you could do would make a difference. And at that point, I think you then have to do it. Right. I think doing social action together as a congregation is very important because it implies that you as a congregation have thought about what is needed and what you can actually do about it. So there has been a discussion and a thought process. The biggest barrier is going to be there aren't enough of us, we haven't got enough money, we're all too busy doing other things. Lots of people are already involved in some form of social action themselves, and you can't ask people to do everything all the time because they are committed in other ways. I think it's valuable for the congregation to talk about something and to decide on something that they can do together, however small it is. I'm particularly inspired by Rob Gregson and everybody else who is involved in the simple gifts. I think we were all very stirred by Bob Pounder's work with the asylum seekers. There are all sorts of things going on in other congregations and we don't hear about them often enough. I would really like congregations to be more willing to tell us about what they are doing and not to say, oh, we don't want to show off. No, tell us what you're doing so that we can also think, oh, that might be something that our congregation could try. We will become more visible if we engage with our local community at the first level. And therefore, if you are taking some form of social action in your local area, then that will obviously make you more visible locally. Now, we have seen recently the impact that the work on equal marriage has had on making our national visibility increase. So yes, there has to be a gain in making people aware of us. And I think we have to be aware and recognise that that visibility is not linked to growth in numbers. That visibility is linked to other people understanding who we are and where we are and what we are doing. And it would be kind of nice if some congregations did very small things, but the people in the local area got to know that they did these very small things and thought, oh, we have a little problem. Perhaps we could go to the Unitarians and say, we have this little problem, can you help? Now that's great. You don't get bums on seats. We don't care about that. We just want people to know that we're there so that if they ever do need or want us, then they know that we are there.